Area finally starting to dry out, and that should bring some relief to crews working to fix the mess left behind after Saturday's intense storm. From toppled trees to down power lines, damage still visible today. Our John Ramos gives us a look.
We're not that far removed from the drought to be complaining about the rainfall, but it does take its toll. And when you add the kind of wind we saw on Saturday, it can cause some problems. Driving through Golden Gate Park during the rain can be pretty soggy, but do it when it's windy and it can be downright dangerous. Saturday's storm brought down huge trees all over the park. Jim Deasy lives nearby and says he usually avoids the wooded areas of eucalyptus and Monterey pines, all of which are reaching the end of their natural lifespans. You're not surprised to see big trees folding down?
Yeah, and I will not walk through here.
During a storm?
Yeah. I don't want to get clogged.
One pine tree fell alongside the bison paddock, tearing a hole in the enclosure's fence. And on the hill overlooking the field, it looked like a bomb had gone off. Giant eucalyptus simply fell over, their shallow root balls exposed. And a number of pines simply snapped off at their base. And just across the street, another downed tree caught the attention of a man named Alain, a city gardener who has lived in the Richmond district since 1961.
I mean, we've been here for a few big storms. I've never seen this many trees, large trees down all at once like that. I would say lately, the last few years, things have really intensified, much higher winds. But yeah, when you live out near the ocean, you'll get that for sure. 30, 40 mile an hour winds is not unusual.
The storm took out more than just trees. Peter Craig says the high winds blew out one of the windows of his 100-year-old house.
And there was a door swinging open, and the cats were all upset. And it cracked that way, and half of the window fell out.
Just from the force of the wind?
Just from the force of the wind. No trees ran into it or anything.
And Fulton Street was closed at 36th Avenue after a tree took out a power line and sent debris flying into the street like shrapnel. But the real power headache has been in Novato, where electricity has been out for 3 days. PG&E crews were struggling to replace downed lines in a neighborhood on Fairway Drive.
Yesterday was slow because there's solid rock underneath that one pole. And then we found a broken pole in the middle of the mix. And we had to stop everything and support it so it wouldn't fall on somebody's house or car.
And that's where it all started?
No, it all started when that tree fell over.
And neighbors are beginning to lose their patience.
I'm glad they're out here working. This is the third day. I feel like living like an animal at home. It's so cold, and I mean, there's no giant hostility. It's a big deal. It's exciting for 1 day. 3 days, it's a long time. So we'll be glad when this is done.
For most, it's done when the rain and wind stops, but there are always the unlucky few who are stuck dealing with a storm's effects for a while longer.